Dear finance professionals and students, welcome to podcast of Fca Deepak Rao, a practicing chartered accountant. Daily news and updates for 1st March 2025. India's Piramal Enterprises said in an exchange filing on Friday that it had received a tax demand of 15.02 billion rupees or nearly $172 million for the sale of its pharmaceutical business to Piramal Pharma in fiscal year 2021. Piramal Enterprises said it has solid grounds to challenge the unjustified demand. The company sold its pharmaceutical business and other related units to Piramal Pharma for 44.87 billion rupees in October 2020. A slump sale, which receives more preferential tax treatment, refers to the sale of all assets and liabilities of an undertaking without values being assigned to individual assets and liabilities. Such a sale must also not hinder the business operations of the transferred entity. An itemized sale, on the other hand, refers to assets and liabilities being sold with separate values assigned to each of them. Piramal Enterprises said it expects that the order would be set aside. The results of the Chartered Accountants Intermediate and Foundation examinations held in January 2025 are likely to be declared on Tuesday, the 4th March 2025, and the same can be accessed by candidates on the website icai.nic.in. Bank lending growth saw a significant slowdown in January, dropping to 11% year-on-year from 20% a year ago. However, loans to large industries and medium firms saw increases. Non-food credit, retail loans, and credit to agriculture also experienced slower growth. In contrast, loans against gold jewelry rose dramatically by 77% year-on-year. A US bankruptcy court has ruled against Byju's Alpha Inc. and its affiliates in a case involving the fraudulent transfer of $533 million. According to a press release issued by the lenders, the court found that the defendants orchestrated and executed a fraudulent scheme to misappropriate funds loaned to Byju's Alpha, a Delaware-based special-purpose financing vehicle established by Byju. Judge Dorsey confirmed that multiple transfer of funds from Byju's Alpha were fraudulent and that Riju Ravindran violated his fiduciary duties as director of Byju's Alpha. Damages will be determined at a later date. India and the European Union on Friday decided to conclude their much-awaited free trade agreement by the end of 2025 and finalized a blueprint for increased collaboration in broad range of areas such as trade, mobility, technology and investment. India's trade in goods with the EU was $137.41 billion in 23-24, with exports at $75.9 billion and imports at $61.4 billion. Trade in services in 2023 was estimated at $51.45 billion. The US and Ukraine failed to sign a critical minerals agreement after a Friday meeting between Donald Trump and Zelensky devolved into a fiery exchange, fracturing relations between the two countries. Trump took umbrage with Zelensky's doubts that the US president's efforts to broker a deal with Russia would lead to lasting peace. The Ukrainian leader departed the White House following the public spat, and a planned signing ceremony and press conference were cancelled. This podcast is sponsored by Sound of CA. We share because we care. Vande Mataram, Jai